Now we're going to start looking at the effects page down here. Now there's quite a lot to the effects page, so we'll do a few videos on this, and we'll start off with just an overview of how this is structured. So basically an overview of the interface and what everything is from a very kind of bird's eye perspective. Okay, so first of all, the effects page is where we can basically go through and edit the effects chain that we're using on the sound. And we had a look earlier at how dramatic the effects can have on the sound, or the effects chain can have on the sound. Now there are two main types of effects. There's motion effects and also audio effects, and we're going to be looking at both. And we can also add modulation and use those macro controls and XY controllers to kind of make the sound come alive over time as well. And we'll have a look at that too. So as I said, to start with, we're just going to go through the interface of the effect page. So to start with, up here, we have the effects chain. So that means we have up to 8 effects that can be these motion effects here, or they can be audio effects. And you can see there now kind of chained together like so. You can move them around as well. And as we click on each one of these, the display below shows us the parameters that relate to that effect. And we'll be going through those a little bit later on. So by combining these effects in different orders and into different chains, we can really kind of wildly change the sound. Now below here, we have the modulators. Now these allow us to add in modulation, so movement over time. So we can use these modulators to affect the effects parameters essentially. So we have 2 LFOs, this mod step, an envelope here, and also a humanize function as well. Now located below here, we have the macros and performance controls. Now we'll probably recognize these from the main page. But this is where we can set up routings and map the XY control, etc. Now if we move down to the bottom here, we can bypass the effects by clicking on this little power button, choose from effects presets, or effects sets I should say, by using the arrows here. Or alternatively, we can click on the name, and we'll recognize this from the other pages now as well. So we can choose from categories to search within. We can enter a preset name directly here. We can save our own presets, and we can load them up by clicking on them, as you can see there. Now, when you're down here, you kind of click at the top half, you're going to get the effects page, and the bottom half, you're going to get the preset browser. Now we can randomize the preset like so. And we can also lock the effects. So if we wanted to do a main page randomization, so randomizing the whole thing, we can choose to lock the effects so they're not part of that randomization. That would be clicking on the lock here. And that's a basic overview of the effects page. So to recap, we have the effects chain at the top. So we have our motion and audio effects. And as we click on each one, this display below will show us their parameters. Below here, we have the modulators, LFOs, mod step, envelope, and humanize. And then below here, we have the macro and performance control section where we can map things. And down at the bottom here, we can bypass everything, choose presets, click on here to access the preset browser for the effects. Lock if we want to remove the effects from the randomization from the main page, and also randomize the preset from here as well. Okay, so now we've covered basically an overview of the effects page. In the next video, we're going to have a look at the effects chain in a little bit more detail, and also the motion effects. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.